Session plan, lip mapping and lip balancing for lipstick application. Hello and welcome to our session today, lip mapping for lipstick application. My name is Juliana Kira and I have been in the industry for 33 years. I'm a lash technician, nail technician, makeup technician, scar and stretch mark, camouflage and conceal artist. Yes, so today basically our session will be covering lip mapping and balancing. So it's basically balancing the lips for lipstick application. It can also be used when you're going into cosmetic tattoos, so when you're doing lip blush tattoo. And the lips are a framework of the face, so it actually goes into the lips and the eyebrows and the cheek bones, and that basically just frames the face for carrying on makeup application. So just very quickly, we'll go through some housekeeping rules. If you could all just turn off your mobile phones or at least put them on silent. If you have any questions, please just wait until I get like a bit of a break, or just very quietly put your hand up just so we don't disrupt the rest of the class. We've got bathrooms and toilets which are down the hallway. So just out the door and to the right is the bathrooms, and just to recap on our fire and emergency exits, we have one at the front door, so straight out the door to the right, and one out the back, which is straight out the door to the left, and our muster points are on both the roads on both sides, and there will be fire wardens out there should they be needed, along with all the safety equipment, first aid kits, fire blankets and fire extinguishers. Anything you need will be out there. Recapping on, before we carry on, just a quick introduction. Who have we got here today?
My name's Faye.
Okay, Faye, and who are you and why are you here today?
Well, I want to learn how to put actually on my own lipstick would be nice.
Okay.
Properly, and also to help other people as well.
Okay. Alright, so we're going to recap quickly on last week's session. So, once again, hygiene is a really big and very important component of actually doing makeup and doing beauty therapy treatments. So, hand washing and sanitizing, your clean tools and equipment. We've got sharpeners for our pencils, alcohol wipes for keeping our equipment and our tools and our actual cosmetics clean. Brush cleaners, disinfectant sprays and disposable brush applicators are always really good. So whenever possible, if you can use a disposable brush, that is best, and that's just going to avoid any kind of cross-contamination. So you use it once and you actually dispose of it. Okay, so moving along, last week we did the complementing colour chart. So we just learnt on, just recap on some of the colours that complement each other. So you would have got one of these in your kit. So basically, if the undertones are blue on like the skin undertones, you're looking at your orange, and the type colours are going to actually bring out their colours, like complement it, basically. Most of this goes along the line with whether they're warm or cools, and again we go further into that once we start doing foundation. So once we start doing foundation and colour matching and learning skin tones and complementary colours. And this is also really big when selecting different colour eyeshadows to put on for makeup application. So this technique that we'll be going through with the lipstick, with the eyebrows, which is next session, the blush application, it's all about complementing the best features of your face. So it's not about fashion makeup or TV stage contouring. It's not about that. It's actually about enhancing and making the most of the features that you have, and we call it feature focusing. So a couple of contraindications that you would be looking out for before you apply any kind of makeup to any client, especially when it comes down to the lipstick application. So contraindications, you've got cold sores, don't go anywhere near them, highly contagious. Look, if you have a client that does come in that has got cold sores, then we usually recommend that They bring their own makeup that you're using, disposable, so everything gets thrown away, and they either purchase the lipstick that you've used on them or they bring their own. And it is something, once again, only using disposable because you don't want to cross-contaminate that to your other products, which would then be contaminating your future clients. So we don't want that. Anyone who's had a recent cosmetic tattoo, so you don't want to be putting any lipstick on that. Mainly, cosmetic tattoo is about piercing little holes into the skin that implants the pigmentation. Being that there's little holes in the skin that take about anywhere between 4 and 6 weeks to heal, you don't want to be going to putting lipstick on there because that can actually penetrate into the lips and change the colour of the cosmetic tattoo. So, you know, that's something that we recommend just using gloss on that. Oh, and also any kind of recent cosmetic injections. So if they've just had collagen or Botox around their lips, it's best not to do any kind of treatment around that area for 2 weeks afterwards. Basically, even just lining the lips, if you're pushing, you don't want to be pushing too hard because you're actually going to be pushing around any fillers and stuff, and it's going to muck up their job. So we're looking at a balanced lip at the moment. So basically, we've got a perfect lip line. Wish we all had that. But I'm basically going to go through today mapping and balancing to achieve that look. So, moving along. So, lip liner redefined. Basically, this chart just shows you different types of lip shapes and how to actually apply the liner to enhance that shape and to create that balanced look. So, without going overboard, because you don't want to be, you know, making it an extreme makeover or anything like that, but just to rebalance certain areas to actually get them in line and balanced. Again, going back to the techniques, which is the feature focusing. Basically, the idea of feature focusing is when you're talking to someone, you want to capture their attention. Okay, and if you have unbalanced lips or you have unbalanced eyebrows, generally, if someone's talking to you, they're going to be looking at that rather than looking at you and listening to what you're saying. So the idea of doing it not fashion and not cosmetic wise, feature focusing, so that they focus on you and your face, not the colour of your eyeshadow, not the colour of your lipstick, but they're watching your lips move and actually absorbing what you're saying. So you're actually capturing their attention. So when it comes to lipstick and lip lining application, there is a procedure that we follow for hygiene. So basically we have your lip pencils, so we're just using pencils for today. We do have a rubbish bin, so I'm just going to pop that up here for now. So when you're actually, before you apply any kind of lip liner on your client, get that out. So you're going to actually sharpen your pencil first. Sharpening the pencil just removes any bacteria and any dirt that could be on the pencil. So any kind of residue is gone. So we're going to sharpen the pencil, and then you're actually going to get an alcohol wipe, and you're going to wipe over that pencil tip. Okay, that's going to again peel off and sterilise that. Alcohol wipes are really, really good for oil or wax-based products. Cannot use them on eyeshadows or blushes or powders or anything like that. Okay, so it is only used for pencils, lip pencils, lip liners, eyebrow liners. You can use it on lipsticks. Yes, you can use it on lipsticks, but when you start looking at things like your eyeshadows, what will actually happen is the eyeshadow will absorb the alcohol and it creates like a paste. And once that paste actually dries, it creates a film and it almost seals the colour. Best way to actually clean off your eyeshadows and your blushes is to very gently, with like a very sharp flat tool, is to just scrape the surface and dust it off. Okay, so you're dusting off the surface of what you're touching. So each time you're using it, you're creating a new surface that you're working on. So that's our hygiene steps there. I'm sorry, move that out of the way. So part one, lip lining. It's so important to have the right grip. Okay, so when you're actually doing your lip pencil, you want to hold it like you're holding a pen or pencil. Okay, that is going to give you the right pressure, I'm trying to think of the word, the right pressure to actually apply that lip line. One thing to remember, you don't apply it in one full line. Okay, I'm going to show you how you actually apply that step by step so that you're using not a feather technique, but a very dotted line technique. Okay, and then that stops dragging on the lip and then going off course with your lip line. So if you're doing that as a gentle dotted line, you're actually keeping in line with the shape that you want to go with. So grip is very important, and that's like a pencil. So starting at the Cupid's bow, which is at the top, we're actually you balance that area first. So when you're balancing the Cupid's bow, you're actually drawing just the outline of the bow on the top of the lips. Okay, that's going to set the tone for how much filler you're going to put on the sides and how much filler you're going to put underneath. Okay, so the next step is actually lining the bottom of the lips. So that actually gives you the pout line of the lips, and it keeps the Cupid's bow and the lips balanced. Okay, so we're working that. From there, you actually join the outside of the corners of the mouth, and you actually bring that up to the Cupid's bow. Bringing it up ensures that your line stays on the actual outline of the lip. If you go down, what generally happens, you create drag, and the pencil automatically cuts down over the lip. So you actually don't get the full figure of the top lip if you're going down. So you can see the arrow is going up towards the peak of the Cupid's bow. Okay? Going down, it just automatically just cuts that, and you can see that cutting down there. So you do one side, then you do the other side, again meeting up to the other side of the Cupid's bow, and then okay. So when you're doing the bottom lip, you're starting from the outside and you're meeting up with the pout line that you've created on the bottom lip. Once again, doing that, if you're going out, creates the opposite effect as what you're doing on the top, and you will actually come out too far and come out too far down onto the chin. So if you're heading in, you can actually, well, from the inside out, you can actually keep that lip line within the actual outline. So once you've completed the lip outline, it should be a smooth line, solid line all the way around the lips. Really, really important not to make that too thick, okay? If you're making that colour too thick, it's going to interfere too much with your lipstick colour. Okay, so it's going to change the colour and the tone and the shading that happens when you put the lipstick on. So I'm going to hand out some worksheets now, and with the tools that we'll be using. So we have lipstick application there. So I'll just get you didn't bring a pen with you, I'll just get you a pen. Thank you.
Didn't follow me.
It's supposed to follow me. So I'll just show you quickly how we're going to do that. And once again, we're only doing the lip line at the moment. Then I will go into the lip shading technique. So as I said, we're going to balance the lips. So I'll start just on the first one. So I'm actually just going to do the Cupid's bow there. Okay, and you're just doing the top third. Okay, so if you split that into thirds, you've got the top third, and then we're actually just going to balance a third on the pout line down the bottom. Okay, from there, as I said, we'll go back. We're going to go from the corner, and we're going to go up, and we're going to join that, and we're going to join that from the corner up, And then from this corner, we're going to go down and out to meet the bottom pout, and down and out to meet the bottom pout. Okay, so from there you will actually have your lip defining. I should have actually done that on the wall, but that's your lip defining. So let's get you started with your lip defining. So you've got your hygiene. So you show me the hygiene. You saw the way I did it.
So I can pick any colour?
You can pick any colour. I was going to say, I recommend you do a dark colour for the lip line because we are going to move into shading and you want to use a lighter colour to shade the lips.
You got the rubbish bin, Juliana?
Yep.
So then will be.
So remember we're doing the Cupid's bow.
So then we point it like we do a pencil.
Yes.
I'm just going to turn around with it. That's easy for me. And then. And then down the bottom.
Yep.
Then we do the pouch. Is that
Pouch.
pouch? Yeah.
Yep.
Down the bottom. And then we go up on the side.
No. Watch this
Oh,
way.
sorry.
From the corner.
Oh, from the corner. So we
Yep.
go up, right?
Yep.
Yep. So we go up here.
Okay.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So just pause.
Yes.
This is why I say you don't do it in one straight line, you do it in a short dotted line, because what happens is it creates too much drag. So it will create drag on the lip and you won't get a straight line. Once you
Yeah.
start smudging and trying to repair that line, you start creating mess that you need to cover up with foundation and powder and all that sort of stuff. So it's also important that you've got a balanced lip that you're working on here. So it's important not to go too hard because you're going to create an unbalanced lip and an unnatural looking lip.
Okay, so here then,
Yeah.
I would go just.
That's it. Yeah. Perfect. So you see how you're getting that smoother line just using that dotted step by step.
Oh yes, that's,
See
oh
the
my
difference?
gosh, yes.
So you've got a thick line there and a nice thin line
Yeah.
there.
Oh my
So
gosh.
when you're looking at that, you'll see that once we shade it, you'll see that that's now become an unbalanced
Yes.
lip.
Wow. Who would have thought?
That's it. Well done. Okay, so now I want you to do the lower lip, and I'm not going to tell you anything. So I just want you to follow the guide that's already there, and you do that on your own.
So just the lower lip.
No, I want you to do the whole.
Do the whole lot?
Yep. So
Okay.
this template here is how to balance a thin lower lip. So looking at it, the Cupid's bow is fairly balanced, but the bottom lip is too thin. So we're actually, your lower lip pout, we're actually adjusting that and adjusting the corners to create a fuller lip.
So then. Yeah, that's. Oh my gosh, I can really see the difference with that now. And then.
So we're balancing the lower pout down, yeah.
Then we go this way.
Okay, so I'm going to stop here. I know that I said do it on your own, but you need to get yourself into a position that you're comfortable because you can't actually turn your client's head like that. So
Right.
I know they're only practice templates, but you need to get used to holding your grip and holding your angle and your position so that it's comfortable that you're not, I mean, you can get your client to move to the left or the right, but you can't physically pick them up and turn them sideways. So
Right. Okay.
so
I'll go
it's
that
about,
way.
it's about this. It's about
Okay.
this grip and this angle.
Okay. So.
Right.
That's actually here. You don't actually realise, do you?
Mm.
You think it's just a piece of paper, but yeah, you can't. You always say you can't turn your blind upside down.
No.
They're making it for chichi.
Well done. Okay, so we're going to go into the lip filler now.
Okay.
So the lip filler, so that's okay, you can keep using that colour. Lip filler, I'm going to use a lighter pink that I used here. So again, hi Jen. Oops. Okay. With your lip filler, it's not as important to have a sharp pencil. Okay. So with your lip liner, you want a sharp pencil so you get those nice fine crisp lines on the outside. With your lip filler, you're basically doing a colouring in session. So it doesn't matter if your pencil is a little bit blunt. Okay? Now, correct pencil grip for shading. Remember, you're working on a client. So as we had the pencil grip or the liner, because you need to add that pressure and you need to get that definition. When you're shading, you need balance. So you need to have your little finger or your ring finger, and you need to actually balance that on your client's chin. That's going to make sure that you stay within the lines. Okay? So that grip, where you actually balance your hand, depending on where you are, you can balance the side of your fingers, but you will balance that on your client's face. Okay? There is a lot of that with makeup application. So balancing to do eyebrows, balancing to put eyeshadow on. Okay, because unbalanced, you're a little bit all over the place. That just keeps the colour that you want to put on where you want to put it. So we're going to completely fill in the lips using the shading pencil to complete the task. When you're shading, exactly the same procedure as the lip pencil. We are going to shade up and again, gentle lines, okay? And we're not going to go back and forth, we're going to actually brush the pencil across the lips and down, and you're actually going to colour in the complete lips, slightly blending in that lip pencil to create a smooth inside line. That will actually define the outside line a lot better. Okay?
Okay.
So you'll end up having slightly darker lip definition and then the shading on the inside. Reason we shade the lips with a lighter lip pencil, it acts as a basic for lipstick. It will actually help the lipstick stay on longer. So it will create a base, so almost like a primer for the lipstick. And it also creates a smooth, even working surface. You might have a client that has vitiligo on her lip. Okay, so she might have a bleached patch on her lip. She might have sunspot. Okay, but that colour will show through if you just put lipstick straight on. So if you can balance and even out that colour and create a canvas, a smooth canvas, you're actually going to define the lips. Lipstick's going to last longer and you've got to get an even coverage of lipstick. Okay? But the lip shading is always lighter than the lip definition, so the lip pencil. So grab yourself a different colour.
So, olive bright. So that's shouldn't say it's the same as yours.
No, that's okay, you can use that one.
So I need to sharpen it.
Yep.
You've got the lotion.
Yep. Okay, so remembering your grip. So again, remembering that you can't turn your client's head around.
Yes. That's actually funny, but not funny. Okay, so
you're going to, yep, you're going to the grip. So even this is going to be on an angle. So obviously we've got a flat surface. So you're going to be doing that, and you're going to shade the same way that you applied the lip liner.
up
So
and
you're
then
going
down.
inside into towards the cupid's bow. That's it. Pencil grip. So you want it on a 45-degree angle.
Yeah.
That's it. What I was going to say, what you might want to do, Dave, is let's just twist it around.
Yep.
Okay, so that's it.
Yep.
And now go. Perfect. So that's the other thing. You can move, your client can't. That's where you get a lot of makeup artists that end up with posture problems and back problems later in life. Because we're always twisting and turning and stuck in certain positions. Okay. So we're not going up, we're going across. Okay?
Got it?
Okay, this technique is very important to learn from the start, and I'll tell you why. I'm going to show you on this one. Just stop for a second. What's going to happen, and when you start going into advanced, when you're actually shading, so see my hands here. So when you're shading, okay, if you shade in, and I'll show you, and you shade in, when you start going into the more advanced, you start creating highlights on the lips. Okay? So if you're doing this, you're going to see that. Okay, so you want to keep it going in the same direction and in the same direction so that your finished product will actually have a highlight. You can then go in either with another lip shading pencil, or you can actually just apply the lip liner with the shading pencil and gloss over the top. That gloss over the top will create shine there, which is going to create a nice shiny full pout. Okay, so that is the more advanced application, but that's why it's important that you keep the same flow and you keep it going in the same direction. Learn that habit so that you don't have to relearn something else when you start going into advanced techniques. So we get the foundations right first, and then you go from there. So you're always sweeping it in to meet into the centre.
And then it's down, isn't it? From
It's
this
across.
This way?
Still sweeping across. Yeah. Yeah. So if you remember when we were doing the liner, we went from the outside corner to the pout line and the outside corner to the pout line. Same thing. So we're going to completely shade the whole thing, but again in the advanced area, you will leave that area open to create that light and shade effect. Perfect. Okay, so now can you see
I know.
that balance?
That's It's going to draw people's attention to the side of the face.
That's right. It's going to look the mouth is going to look uneven. Yep. And that's just from technique and direction.
If I just try to do all in one swoop.
Yeah, you can't do it.
No.
And not only that, you can't control your client's facial muscles. So if you try and do that in one swoop, and she's nice and relaxed and just enjoying her, you're going to sweep the whole half the lip up, and you're going to end up with a line halfway up the face. When you're doing your own, you can hold your lips taut and tight, and control that muscle. You can't ask a client to do that. They don't want to be sitting there pulling faces at you. It's up to you. If need be, you can actually hold the lip tight. So just 2 fingers there, and you can actually line and shape by using that as well. And that just holds the lips nice and firm. Okay. So, do you have any questions, queries, unsure about anything?
Up and down my lips go wrong all the time.
That's what I'm here for.
No wonder my lipstick still looks good.
No, it's just technique, that's all.
understand
yeah,
this.
well, I
Yeah.
think you got it once we figured that out.
Yeah.
Good.
Light bulb.
Okay, so that's pretty much our session for today. How to balance the lips and lip balancing and lip mapping. Next week's session, so that's exciting. We're actually going to be doing eyebrow mapping. Excuse me. So eyebrow mapping, I'm going to teach you the structure, the anatomy of the eyebrows, and where you would apply eyebrow mapping in the beauty field. So, I do have a survey that I'll get you to complete for me. It is here. Any questions?
No.
No?
No,
We good?
it's actually quite easy now that you explain it and wrote it down look like it.
Good, good. Okay, good. So I'm going to give that to you and just call it a day. And
Thanks.
I'll see you next week for eyebrow mapping. You excited for that?
I am.
All right. Thank you very much. Bye.